Say what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Echelon Magazine, where we aim to serve you all with great scoops on what's popping in and around the world of entertainment. And of course, it's hosted by yours truly, Jiggy Tee, coming through to kick you game for free, aka the streets journalist, grabbing mics to serve. And yes, I'm back at it, serving you with episode 16 of this mighty thing of ours. If you haven't done so, please do like, subscribe, follow, and share the magazine. I know every content creator asks you to do these things, but it will take you literally less than 5 seconds. So please do like, subscribe, follow, and share the platform, because your support will go a long way. Of course, to all my Echelians, welcome yet again, and if you're a first time listener, welcome to the Echelon family. You are now an Echelian. Let me waste no time and get right to it. First story of the day. Boity apparently lands in a hospital after Bujy hit her with a bottle on her face. So former Metro FM DJ Bujy Bikwa was expected to appear in the Midrand Magistrate Court on Friday after he allegedly threw a bottle of alcohol at media personality Boity Tulo, which apparently cut her face during an argument at a hotel on Thursday evening. Crazy. Nonetheless, it said that Boity allegedly sustained serious injuries and had to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance for treatment. And we get this news, from eyewitnesses, so none of the parties have commented on the matter. Boity just threw out statements to the public saying a public figure, perpetuated gender-based violence upon her, and we had to do more digging, as Echelians, So eyewitnesses said an altercation ensued between her and Bujy, So apparently they were drinking and talking about sangomas and ancestors. For most of us who know, Boity is part of, the sangomas, if I call it that, and apparently they were having a discussion about sangomas and ancestors at this hotel, and the witness says they are not sure who actually started the conversation, but they were screaming at one another and swearing at each other before they actually started fighting, which is crazy. And this, for people who might not know, isn't the first, debacle Bujy finds himself into. Back in the day, it was reported that he and his brother and their neighbors got into an altercation which led to, pangas, the machetes being involved, whereby Bujy took it upon himself, to choke that neighbor at Orange Farm while they were having an altercation. Then the fight transpired, leading to Bujy allegedly, taking out a panga, a machete, to scare, that neighbor. I don't know if it was to scare or to use, but I'll leave it at that, So here again, Bujy has apparently lost his temper while in an argument, and I know it might sound like I'm picking sides, but I'm just playing my part to report on the matter, and while having an altercation with Boity, he threw a bottle, at Boity, which cut Boity's face. Crazy, right, my Echelian? So the incident happened at Courtyard Hotel. That's the name of the hotel, opposite Mall of Africa in Midrand. So if you are from the East Rand, you are probably familiar with the Courtyard Hotel. So this hotel is where these two superstars were, and another eyewitness said that Bujy really beat that girl up. I'm quoting this witness. And the Boity was wearing a white shirt, and her shirt was red with bloodstains as she proceeded to get into the ambulance. Her face was also bad, says this witness. So hey, my Echelian, talk to us. What do you think about this matter? And is it gender-based violence, because as most of us know it, Bujy is a homosexual individual, so he's part of the LGBTQI community, regardless of, the moralities. Actually, let me not perpetuate this, but I want to know your thoughts. Is Bujy to blame in this matter, or is, Boity to blame? Or rather, the full story of this incident is not out yet. Allow me to say that. So these are all allegations and sources, source claims rather, through eyewitnesses who were at the Courtyard Hotel while this fight transpired. Let me know, my Echelon at Echelon Magazine. Who do you blame in this particular instance? Do you blame Boity? Or do you blame Bujy? And I can only assume, the argument, and this is me assuming, so allegedly, maybe or rather Bujy might have asked Boity of, her endeavors, why are you on the spotlight while you're Sangoma, because as most of us know, traditional healers aren't, people who are, public figures, as Boity is, and I don't think, Sangomas are as luxurious as Boity is. So that might have been part of, their arguments, and it say that the arguments got heated and bottles came flying, so at Echelon Magazine, tell me, whose side are you choosing on this one, my Ashley? And then still on more scandals, apparently Sars is after Euphonik for evading taxes worth, or rather valued at valued at 11 million rand. Yes, Sars is after Euphonik for evading taxes of 11 million rand. Yes, 11 million rand. So, musician and radio personality Themba Mbongeni, popularly known as DJ Euphonik, was served with a final letter of demand by the taxman, for failing to pay more than 11 million in personal income taxes. And this isn't, the first SARS chase, that has transpired. The major league DJs are also part of the people who SARS is chasing after, I'll talk more on this, but we're still on Euphonik. So apparently the SA Revenue Service, SARS, is also gunning for right of execution against the 38-year-old hitmaker if he does not apply for the remedies to settle the debt. He might get his assets frozen, meaning like his bank account might not work, they might freeze his money, if it does not comply with SARS and pay these taxes, So apparently, a letter, this served letter was shown to a publication which I won't mention, and that letter reads as follows, rather, so the letter that was served to DJ Euphonik of this tax evasion, it reads as follows. Mbongeni is liable. So Mbongeni is Euphonik. Euphonik is liable to pay 11 million rand, 1,331 rand of taxes which he has evaded. Went on to say, you are requested, so they're talking to Euphonik. This was the letter, so as I proceed to let out the story, take it as us reading this to Euphonik, right? It says, you are requested, I quote, to make full payment within 10 business days from the date of this demand. You may, within 10 business days from this date of demand, apply for any of the following remedies. Number 1, payment in installments where you are unable to pay the full amount. Then the second remedy was suspension of the debt where you intend to submit or have submitted a formal dispute. Then the third one was compromise of a portion of the tax. So these are the remedies that Euphonik had or rather has, to follow, because we don't know where he's currently at in terms of this. And not only that, they say that Sars further stipulated that should Euphonik fail to make full payments or to use any of these remedy options, liquidators would be appointed to begin the sequestration process, meaning the liquidators or debt collectors or whatever you may call them, my Ashalian, if he doesn't comply with these three remedies that we've just mentioned, they will send these dogs, out to Euphonik, so that's one crazy thing, Euphonik is one huge, icon here in South Africa. He's a hit maker, and he's been a public figure for over a decade now, so how they invade taxes is something I don't understand. So if you have any comment under Euphonik, not only that, Euphonik is also being, accused of rape, grape, so damn, man, I think it's really in the boiling pot for DJ Euphonik, so I'll leave it right there. But tell me what you think, my Ashalian Euphonik. Is he liable, to make this SARS payment, because, hey, tax collectors, SARS doesn't play. And still on SARS not playing, Major League DJs were also accused of avoiding taxes, so SARS has declared war against the Major League DJs as well, and not only the Major League DJs, Tumi Masimalo was also part of the hunt, that SARS is making, so word through Sunday World is that the South African Revenue Service has obtained default judgments against the artist at the Johannesburg High Court this past week, as the first move towards attaching their assets to recover the money to offset their tax bills. So in layman's terms, my Ashalian, pardon me for that, this means that SARS is moving, towards having the Major League DJ's account, being frozen as well, if not joined with the direct department, in SARS, where they will have to now forcefully take their taxes from the popular Major League DJs, and it's quite crazy because the Major League DJs are currently doing great things, in terms of the whole music scene, and they are part of the people who are on the front line taking our new genre, our newly found genre, authentically from home, amapiano, to the world, so the Major League DJs have been, receiving great success musically. They've been having sessions, touring the globe, playing amapiano to the world, so it started off as a hobby, I would say, while we were quarantined. So through the YouTube channel, they created a platform, or rather a playlist on YouTube called the Balcony Mix, where they had artists and DJs come perform there, so this was for all the amapiano DJs, the amapiano artists, so this was a huge movement by the Major League DJs, in terms of collaboration and innovation, and really taking our sound to the world. But I guess through that success, SARS started looking at the Major League DJs like, how are you touring the world? Where is all that money, Where's that money coming from, and where is it, going? Because we as SARS can't see it on this side. So popular trio Major League DJs are also part of the targets by Sars. So if you aren't familiar with the major league DJs, it's Bandile and Banele Mbere. Bandile and Banele Mbere, Mbere, who are famous, for throwing star-studded festivals called the Major League Gardens. I'm sure all my Ashelians are familiar with that. At the FNB Stadium, one of our, huge stadiums in South Africa, the FNB Stadium. It's also known as Soccer City, in Soweto. And they've actually been slapped with a SARS bill of 9 million rand. So Euphonik owes SARS 11 million rand. The the major league DJs, the SARS DJs, I guess we should call them now, owe SARS 9 million rand, and according to court papers which were attained by Sunday World, this publication I got through my research, broke down the 9 million as follows, So listen carefully, my Ashelian. With this 9 million rand owed to SARS by the Major League DJs, the breakdown goes as follows. Major League DJs owed SARS over 1.3 million rand in unpaid company income tax and over 800,000 rand in additional taxes. Not only that, the amount skyrocketed to pardon my background, my Ashelians, hey. Nonetheless, the amount skyrocketed to 3.1 million rand after 900,000 rand in interest was added to the debt, Then not only that, the musicians also owed, on top of this 3.1 million rand, over 2.2 million rand in value added tax. Yes, the VAT. The Major League DJs, on top of the 3.1 million rand, owed SARS over 2.2 million rand in value added taxes and 1.3 million rand in additional taxes, And of course, the quantum increased to over 4.8 million rand when over 1.1 million rand in interest and 56,000 rand were added onto, this charge. If you think that this is where the smoke ended, my Ashelians, think again. The Major League DJs also owed SARS, on top of these figures, I'm mentioning a total of over 279,000 rand in unpaid pay-as-you-earn taxes. But the sum went up to a total of over 740,000 rand when 290,000 rand in additional taxes and 56,000 rand in penalties were added on top of this, And it's not the end, my Angelians. They also owed SARS a total of 373,000 rand in unpaid unemployment insurance funds, which is the UIF, and a total of 680,000 rand in skill development levies, my Ashelians, which all amounted to this 9 million rand. So, talk to me, my Ashelian. How do you think this took place? Because we've been seeing the Major League DJs, swerve through the city, in Rolls Royces. They've been swerving in the city, in Lamborghinis, Maybachs, hey, fam. These really are crazy figures, So let me know under the comment section down below what you think, my Ashelian. Wow, and I really look up to the Major League DJs, but SARS doesn't play, so pay your taxes, my Ashelians. And of course, as I mentioned that not only DJ Euphonik and the Major League DJs were targeted by SARS, popular actress Tumi Musimola was also, part of the people who SARS took, to the Johannesburg High Magistrate Court, and apparently She owes Sars over 660,000 rand in unpaid personal income taxes. Yes, 660,000 rand in unpaid personal income taxes. So, like the major league DJs, Masimula, who played Letitia on the SABC sitcom City Says La, which is going to revamp. You can catch that story on our platform, Echelon Magazine. I'm not quite sure what episode was that, but you can go back through our content. Letitia from City Sesla is also on the verge of losing her assets, after ignoring SARS's final letter of demand. So when they say they're about to lose their assets, it means that their accounts will be frozen. That means whatever they use to receive their money, to let go of their money, will be frozen and seized by SARS, until the payments are made. And these are, our, public figures who owe the South African Revenue Service a bag. What's crazy for me, in my personal perspective, artists are public figures, so regardless, they can't hide. SARS will always be on their back because they really are public figures. But as to how they avoid these payments is what is still mind-boggling for me, for these amounts to reach such heights. I mean, why doesn't, SARS hit them up at like 100k, 100,000 rand? Hey, yo, you owe us cash. Or maybe they do, then the guys just, ignore SARS. I don't know what transpires, but hey, if you are financially literate, my Ashleyan, and you know how this can transpire, please let me know under the comment section down below. We are at Echelon Magazine on all the socials. Then I guess we can leave it right there for the juice of the week. Let's go into congratulating some of our icons. Regardless of their SARS debacles, everyone I've just mentioned is an icon in their own right, and they are really killing it respectfully in their departments, be it DJing, be it in the acting space, or the radio scene as well. I didn't want to touch on Euphonik's rape allegations, because that's just another can of worms I do not want to open right now. So congratulations to Mbali Sebapu, popularly known as Gorgeous Mbali on the gram, CEO and founder of Hermoso Floor Cosmetics. I'm sure my female Ashalians are familiar with Gorgeous Mbali, or rather Mbali Sebapu. Let me put some respect on your name. So she was an ex-military, or she is an ex-military. She was part of the military and has now left the military to pursue business, and through that she created a brand, Hermoso Floor Cosmetics, so your makeups and whatever girls use, to enhance that beauty. Shout out to all my queens out there. And if you are a fan of Hermoso Floor Cosmetics, the brand or these cosmetics used to be sold online, so you purchase them online through her site. Now she's opened up her first store in Mall of Africa, the East Rand, so Hermoso Floor Cosmetics. Shout out to Gorgeous Mbali for this one, man. I know she is not maybe an entertainer, hence why most of y'all might not know of her, but trust me, she's really in a bag. If you are into business moves, or into if you are a female, into inspiration from female boss chicks, Gorgeous Mbali is definitely someone you need to look at. So congratulations to Gorgeous Mbali, Hermoso Floor Cosmetic. So she's opened up her first store, so shout out to her, man, for this huge milestone. Make sure you go and check that out. It's not free promo. I don't get paid. She doesn't even know me, but I'm just a fan of business moves. Everyone in their bag, I'm a fan of you, so you too as well, my Ashelian. If you are in your bag, shout out to you, man. I really am inspired by you. Then not only that, still on congratulating our icons, Cornet Mamabulo, popularly known as T-Boss on Skim Sami. He is hiring, Look at our entertainers, fam. So, Skim Sami and businessman Cornet Mamabulo, who recently left the educational drama, said he's playing his part, or rather is playing his part. He didn't say this, I can only assume he's playing his part, in fighting this high unemployment rate we are currently facing in the country right now. So he shared on his social media platforms that he is actually hiring, So he said he's looking for 20 sales representatives and 3 administration graduates in Mahikeng to work for his company Digni. So this is a financial service and funeral policy company, So if you think you have what it takes and are a sales rep or pardon me for my background noises, my Ashelians, my background isn't quite pleasant, but the job needs to be done nonetheless. So yes, if you think you are a sales rep, so shout out to Cornet T-Boss from Skim Sami, and if you know that you are an admin or you're good at admin, he's looking for 20 sales reps and 3 admins in Mahikeng to work for his company Digni. So he said that his company is actually the reason why he decided to take a break from ACPC's popular educational drama series Skim Sami. So he's leaving Skim Sami to focus on his business. He's leaving his acting career to focus on his business. So if you are a sales rep or an admin in Mahikeng, or can be able to pursue, to Mahikeng or, relocate to Mahikeng, just email your CV to recruitment@digniadmin.co.za. Email your CV to recruitment@digniadmin.co.za. Apparently, applications will be closing on the 8th of October, 2021. Do the right thing, my Ashelians. That's game for you right there, and of course, shout out to Cornet Mamabulo. Yo, big dog, you really are, doing amazing things, and thank you very much for, playing your part, in decreasing this high unemployment rate we face in the country, my Ashelians. I mean, are y'all guys still even, waiting on the government, to, help us or save us? I personally am not. I mean, that bus left a long time ago, and of course, elections are coming, but politics is not what we're into. We're into entertainment news. So if you think you have what it takes, Cornet Mababulo is looking for 20 sales reps and 3 admins. Recruitment@digniadmin.co.za. That's where you can send in your CV. Then I guess last but not least, my Ashelians, is London leaving Gomorrah. To all fans of the popular telenovela Gomorrah, Robert Mpisi's London could be killed off, So for most of us who know the industry, every time an actor or an actress dies, in a soapy, in a series, in a movie, whatever it is, that means, it's either they've been fired, they've been let go of. Yeah, it's the same thing, fired, let go of, or they've taken upon themselves, they've taken it upon themselves to leave the productions, So is London leaving Gomorrah, So I say this cause in a recent episode of Gomorrah Mzansi, what happened was after Mazet spiked Don's drink, He did not drink it, but instead gave it to London, and minutes after drinking it, London collapsed and started foaming at the mouth, and at the end of the episode, London was taken to the hospital, but it seems unlikely that he will make it alive. So I'm posing the question out there to you, my Ashelians, to fans of Gomorrah. Is London leaving? Is my speculation right? Or am I wrong? We will be seeing more of him again. Drop it under the comment section down below. I guess we can end it off here for today's session of Echelon Magazine. Of course, it's episode 16. We're never stopping, my Ashelians. But that being said, I still need your interactions, so please do feel free to let this be your safe haven. If you think we need to improve on anything, drop it under the comment section or personally DM me. I'm at Jiggy_Tee. And like, follow, subscribe, share the magazine. Catch us episode 17. But for now though, eat your cereal using a fork and study in the dark.